Let's talk about retro games that no one actually talks about. The thing is about video games as a media is there's such a disposable piece of equipment. What's one day popular, next day gets thrown away in the trash. What was the peak of graphical performance is now utter garbage in comparison to modern gaming. So before I get into the good stuff, the actual games that I want you guys to discover, let's go over a criteria that makes games actually good. Because compared to modern gaming, everything is good. Modern gaming is oversaturated, it's overbloated, it gives you less content for more money. It always pushes for more frame rate, more graphical fidelity, more performance when it doesn't really matter to the story. And it's just a copy and paste with every other games within that franchise. Every Call of Duty is exactly the same. Every Assassin's Creed is exactly the same. Every Mario game is exactly the same. This is what I mean when video games in general are just so bland right now. So, with that out of the way, let's get to the criteria of what makes games good. First thing is aesthetics, not to be confused with graphics, because a game can be aesthetically pleasing without being high graphical, cutting edge pieces of technology. This is why Super Mario 64 is considered a masterpiece and not 007. Even though they both came out at the same time, one was aesthetically pleasing and one you cannot recommend because it just graphically doesn't hold up. No one wants to play a game that you cannot aesthetically bear. The second point is the creativity. Games have such a wide margin for this. I don't know why we lost the magic within games itself, but you can do anything with it. Superpowers, magical spells, you could be medieval times, you could be a high-speed racer, you can do robbery and crime, or you can simulate a city. Games are really untapped potential that we have as a form of media. And third, lastly, what ties all of this together, the gameplay. It doesn't matter how creative your game is, doesn't matter how fast you can race, if your game isn't easy to input, isn't smooth to transition the buttons to game, then it is trash. If your game has the best, most graphically impressive villains and spells to cast and fight scenes, it doesn't matter if it plays like trash. So we have aesthetics, creativity, and gameplay. Now there's many other components to this, but they're all just cherry on top. So think of things like music, soundtrack, think of things like cameos and even story. That should be second to the gameplay. I know it's a controversial hot take, but video games are interactive media. They are not a storytelling device. Donkey Kong Country isn't a classic because it had a good story. It's a classic because it had tight controls and a fun gameplay. So with that out of the way, let's get going. The first game that you probably heard of, or at least it's not talked about enough, you should definitely play it, Grandia, more specifically Grandia 2. The story is amazing. The soundtrack is amazing. It makes you want to question a lot of things about morality and explores a bunch of topics like good and evil. The soundtrack, even though it's not, how do I put it? It's not good in the sense of like you can identify it. It's good in the sense of it accompanies the story very, very well. When you're exploring the world, it's chill. When the fight scenes are getting tense, it builds up. It does it so well that even though it doesn't stand out, it has this synergy with the game. The graphics are really well for a PS2 game, maybe not while you're playing in the gameplay graphics, but the story graphics, the cutscenes, they're like you're watching a whole anime movie, which gives it that extra layer of badassness. But on top of all of that, on top of the story, the graphics, on top of it all, the gameplay is just so fun to do. This is the only RPG where you have to grind and it doesn't feel like a chore. It has the same taking turns mechanic, but just built in a way that it makes you want to rush to your next turn. So you're stuck in this addictive loop of finding a good angle to hit your opponent with, waiting your turn, and then seeing where you land for your next turn. It makes grinding super fun, and it's the only JRPG that I've ever played that has that same gameplay style. Imagine if Tales of Symphonia basically had an RPG turn-based element to it. That's the best way I can explain it. The level up system here, it's not your basic just one stat boost. It's you have magical spells to input into your character, and those magical spells will get you stronger in your next battle. So it's like you're actually training or actually fighting enough to become a better warrior. 10 out of 10 game. If you guys want me to discuss more about this game, because I can go on forever, but I want to make this video at least 10 minutes short, let me know in the comments below. Let's move on to the next game that I have written down that nobody talks about that you should definitely play, The Magical Quest. This is where Disney games were at its peak, and I missed it. So this is an SNES game, and yet I played it as a GBA game. The only difference from SNES to GBA is that they added Minnie Mouse as a playable character. Other than that, it is basically the same thing. This game is on level with the best of Nintendo games. It is on the same tier as Super Mario World. It is on the same tier as even Minish Cap. It is that good. The pixel aesthetics are cute and classic. Basically, they're timeless. You can still play it today and you won't even skip a beat. The soundtrack is fun and charming. The story is short and cute. So instead of Mario rescuing the princess, this is Mickey saving Pluto. That's proof that it's really all we need as gamers. All we want is the fun, the engagement, because what this game does well is the gameplay and the elements of magical powers that it gives you. It's a type platformer that gives you a lot of hard, more precise jumps to do, and it has a boss at every level that requires your new magical skills to beat them. This game is as flawless as it comes. I played this as a kid. I think I was in 5th grade on the bus drive home. I remember being embarrassed about people seeing that I'm playing a Mickey Mouse game, so I didn't want to show everybody. But man, I did not want to put that game down, so I would still play it. I came back to it 20 years later, the same feeling. I did not want to put this game down because how addicting it was. You just want to keep going within the game because how smooth everything is. And it's not a hard game. It's basically more on the easier side, but that works to its advantage because the levels are done so well that you feel really good at whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? It gives you a good power trip. I'm telling you, if you like Super Mario World, the SNES classic game, one of the only 10 out of 10 games that you'll ever recommend, this is almost exactly that, if not better, because of the magical abilities that you get to use. Damn, I'm running out of time. I'm at 7 minutes and 30 seconds right now recording this video. I had 6 games listed that I was going to talk about, but I'm going to cut that down to only 3. So this is the last game I'm going to recommend only because of time purposes. Number 3 is Super Mario Land 2. The 6 golden coins, I don't know if they got lost within the Mario Land series. I don't know if people just didn't like it as much as I did, but nobody talks about this. If I look online through all these games that I recommended, Grandia, The Magical Quest, and this game, there is only about 3 good videos on them. But Mario Land 2, it should be considered a masterpiece. The gameplay, it's a Mario game. It's Mario at its classic, except it gives you so much more exploration. And it gives you this sense of urgency because if you die, there's no save button. You have to restart from the beginning. You have to collect 6 golden coins. Each coin is in its own world. So if you don't make it to that coin, you have to restart all over again. It gives you this kind of urge of like, you need to get everything done right. And the platforming is even better than the SNES Super Mario World game. Because in Super Mario World, you can fly in your little cape, hover around. You can be on the ground, you can be on the water. In this game, you get to be on a plane, you get to be on a ship, you get to be on water, you get to be on the sky in a bubble. They pack so much elements within this gameplay. I hate that it's not considered one of the greats along with Super Mario World or Yoshi's Island. All of these games do everything really well. They have a serviceable story, they all have great music, they all have great aesthetics, great designs to look at. But what stands them out from all the crowd is they have the best gameplay that anyone can ever think of. So all that they have, everything that they're good at, it gets elevated from a 7 all the way to a 9.5 because of how fun, how addictive, how smooth these games feel in your hand. All of those elements mixed together make for a game that you cannot put down. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Once again, if you guys want me to make a deep dive video on each of these games specifically, please let me know. I hate that I didn't do this justice. I just wanted to talk about games that no one seems to be talking about.